Good afternoon. My name is LaShonda, and I will be your conference operator today. At this time, I would like to welcome everyone to the CA Wily Global Users Community Webcast. All lines have been placed on mute to prevent any background noise. After the speaker's remarks, there will be a question and answer session. If you would like to ask a question during this time, simply press star, then the number 1 on your telephone keypad. If you would like to withdraw your question, press the pound key. Thank you. Mary Greening, you may begin your conference.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining the CA Wily APM webcast this afternoon. My name is Mary Greening, and I'm the community manager for this community. We've had a bit of an agenda change for this afternoon's presentation. We'll be introducing our new board as planned. Raj Marripalli, the principal product manager for the Wily APM product, will be presenting on the customer validation program for the Sierra project, and he'll also be giving some insight into some of the new features you can look forward to. Alexander Andrade could not make the webcast this morning or this afternoon. Instead, we will be demoing the new ideas feature. It's the enhancement request process for the community that we'll be using going forward. The community now has a new board of directors, and you can find their names on the community homepage in the officers portlet, which is in the upper left corner. I've also posted a link to the board member bios on the welcome area of the homepage. You have to be logged in to see it, but that document is in the community documents area under general documents. Now I'm like to introduce J.P. Gagan. He is one of the new board members. He'll be presenting this afternoon. Hiko Davis, our new board president, presented this morning, and he's on the road, and his car is a little noisy, so we have him on mute, and J.P. is going to take the helm and introduce the board. Thanks, J.P.
Thank you, Mary. So my name is Jean-Pierre Gagan, JP. I'm a business development manager at NEC. I'm glad to be part of the new board and take this opportunity to also thank the previous board, and some of you I think are online listening in. So we are transitioning into this new board. The president is Hiko Davis, who is online and who is a senior APM Introscope consultant. Also on the board of directors is Manish Parikh, who is also APM Introscope consultant, and Keith Palmer, who I believe is also on the line. So we will be continuing this Wily users community, and look forward to providing these types of webcasts, as well as some other possible activities that we are discussing for the future. With that, I would like to introduce our speaker today, Raj Marripalli, who is Principal Product Manager for CA APM Introscope at CA Technology. So, Raj.
Thank you, JP. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on where you are. So today I'm going to present to you about the customer validation program, and I also will give you a brief introduction to the release that we are going to have soon. It's called Sierra. So this is a legal disclaimer, and the features and the timelines that we are going to discuss in this session are subject to change, and we are not committing anything here. This is a legal disclaimer. So here is a roadmap. We released, as you all know, we released APM 9.1 back in December 2011, and we also released APM 9.1A in May 2012, a few months ago. And as part of this, although it's a service pack, in addition to the roll-up of bug fixes, this also has significant functionality in there. And the major one we have is ITKO integration. As you all know, ITKO is one of the acquisitions that we did recently to enable customers to develop applications rapidly and cheaply using virtualized services and the simulation model in ITKO. And the integration with ITKO will ensure that the customers have consistent application performance views in development, QA, and production environments. The second one is the Cloud Monitor integration. For those of you who are not aware of Cloud Monitor, this is another acquisition that we did recently, and this is Cloud Monitor monitors application performance using synthetic transactions. So this Cloud Monitor monitors your applications even when there are no active users. So we have 60 monitoring locations geographically spread across the world, and from these locations, Cloud Monitor will monitor your transactions at a regular interval. And our performance of those transactions is reported to the Cloud Monitor server, using which you can view the application performance. The integration with Cloud Monitor will enable you to view the Cloud Monitor performance in the context of Interscope and APM dashboards. You get the data from the Cloud Monitor, and you can see them in the investigator tree. And you can also build dashboards based on that. So we also added a few other enhancements, and the other thing we rolled out in this release as a limited release is a browser response time monitoring. This is we call it as a limited release because we want to fix few things from the configuration. Basically, browser response time monitoring gives you visibility into the rendering time of the browser, the browser rendering time of your application. So the CEM and APM gives you the application, the response times from the customer. So it gives you the response time between the click and the entire page download, but that doesn't give you the page rendering time. The browser response time monitoring will give you visibility into the rendering time as well. If there are any issues in the page rendering, now you'll be able to get that data. So the next release we are currently working on is Sierra. This is scheduled to be released in the first half of 2013. As part of this release, we are working on new thin client UI. I will get into these details of each of these features in the next slide. So here in this release, what we have is first one, new thin client UI. So we are transitioning the C client functionality into the web-based client. We are going to so you will see all the functionality being available in the thin client. All the application monitoring, dashboards, and triage workflows, diagnostics, all of that would be made available in the thin client. Second one is a browser response time monitoring. This particular feature is the same in terms of functionality, the same as what we did in 9.1a. So it gives you visibility into the browser response time, but we are making it easy to deploy as part of Sierra release. So it will be pushed out along with your the collection points will be part of your application framework, and you don't need to do any additional configuration outside your application boundaries to get that visibility. So the next one is the centralized agent administration. So as you know, we can have a situation where you have hundreds and even thousands of agents running in your environment, and centralized agent administration gives you the ability to monitor your agents. The first thing you want to find out is how much overhead the agent is adding to my application. Now you can see whether how much is the memory overhead of your agent, what is the CPU overhead, and what is the response time overhead. So you can see all of the data, and it also gives you, in case you find that the overhead is too high, it gives you knobs and controls to reduce the overhead using thin client from a central location. So you do not have to make any changes, deal with any configuration files. Everything will be available in front of you from a central location. As part of this feature, we are also planning to provide deployment of agents from central locations and also upgrading those agents. Next one is intelligent instrumentation. Intelligent instrumentation is about monitoring your agents without having to instrument anything. So we want to get to a stage where we can automatically monitor your applications without any instrumentation. So the work that we are doing in this release is the first phase of the overall intelligent instrumentation project. So you will see the stages of this delivery or next couple of releases. And the first one is coming out in Sierra. Non-web transaction decoding. So you will have the functionality about more about the databases, the SQL decoding, and Oracle forms and SAP GUI kind of application protocols. Those are non-web. We can get more visibility into that using this non-web transaction decoding. We already have the SQL data available in our current development. So I will share with you the status of each of these features in next couple of slides. Support for Spring and Data Power. We are adding support for Spring Web Services and Data Power monitoring, transaction tracing for Data Power, and also the monitoring health metrics of the Data Power. So we have a category called Customer-Driven Enhancements. As part of this category, we are delivering features requested by customers in the past. So we are so the kind of enhancements we are building in as part of this category is some of them are really big and some of them are smaller enhancements. And the next one is integration with ITKO. So we started that ITKO integration in 9.1a, and we are continuing to expand on that and in the Sierra as well. And it gives you more sophisticated views in your application APM. The data that we collect from ITKO, you can see the data in APM. Okay. Let me share you the status of each individual features. So we are currently in we recently finished 5 sprints in Sierra. So whatever I'm sharing with you is not completely, it is in the implementation phase, and some of the features are already more than 50% done. We finished 5 sprints, and we are getting into the 6th sprint. So in this release, Sierra release, we are adopting this Agile development process. As part of this process, we do customer sprint demos at the end of each sprint. So far, we have done 4 sprint demos, and we are going to do sprint 5 demo in next 10 days. And what this allows us is to get the feedback from you earlier in the cycle. So we don't have to wait. What used to happen is, we used to roll out the beta right before the release, and sometimes the feedback that we get is too late to roll it into the same release, so we push out the feedback into the next release. So to address that issue, Agile enables us to do these frequent releases to frequent demos to customers and then get active feedback from you, and we can incorporate the feedback, most of the feedback, in the same release itself. And what we encourage you to do is to participate in our Sierra community, and you will get notifications about the sprint demos. And all you need to do is just spend 1.5 hours, 90 minutes every 6 weeks to learn about what's coming. You will see the demos. You will get the opportunity to interact with the product managers. There will be 5-6 product managers showcasing the demos one after the other, quickly in this 90 minutes time, and we have sufficient time left for also Q&A. You can also interact with product managers and also the development teams. You can, if you are interested in any of the features, you can hook up with the development teams and partner with us in the development as well. So to give you the status of each of the features, so Thin Client, we are almost 60% of our UI is already completed on the web-based interface. And the browser response time monitoring, we are currently, so at the end of Sprint 6, we will have the demo of how to do the how to enable the functionality. But we have the functionality working already in 9.1a. So the Sierra work is mostly about the configuration and also integration with APM. So that was not done in 9.1a. So APM, as in you can see the data embedded into more tightly integrated into the transaction flows and the application flows. Centralized agent administration. In the recent sprint, we demoed functionality that monitors the agents from a central location. We will, in the next sprint, we will have more knobs also available as part of this, the next sprint. Intelligent instrumentation, we will have one demo coming up at the end of sprint 5. Non-web transaction decoding, we recently added the decoding for Oracle SQL. And we have mostly completed the Spring Web Services and some work remaining for data power. We have a major enhancement coming up in the next sprint for CEM area, where you can define the users. So there is the IP subnet for a given user. So whenever the location changes, the reports also change according to the location of the user. So this is one of the features we are adding. We already completed, so it will be demoed in our next sprint demo. Integration with ITKO, I think we did one demo on that already. So, what I encourage you to do is get into our, enroll into our community, Sierra community. So the link is here. So you can access the CA Forums website and then locate this message. So first you register. The process is this. First you register with the community. So if you already are a member, you just need to send me the screen name, whatever ID you use in the community. Just send me the screen name, and you have the email address here. My email address here. You can just send me an email. I will include you in the distribution list. So you will get, as part of this the distribution, you will get sprint demos at the end of each sprint, and you will also get access to the software starting from sprint 6, meaning in 5-6 weeks you will start getting the software downloads. That's what we are targeting to deliver the software from sprint 6. So with that, I will open it up for question and answers. Do you have any questions about the release features that we discussed, or about the enrollment process?
Lysandra, could you open up the lines, please?
To ask a question, please press star 1 on your telephone keypad. We'll pause for just a moment to compile the Q&A roster.
Either you can ask the question through phone, or you can also enter in the live meeting Q&A menu item.
And we have an audio question from the line of Prosid Gorley.
Hi, Raja. Yes. This is Prasad from Pfizer. So in the release, you said you're replacing, the client. So does it mean that now the client is completely replaced with the web UI?
So that is the intent. So we are trying to do completely replace, but we may not be able to complete all the use cases ported into the thin client. So, but in this release, we will have the first phase where we will have at least 60–70% of use cases ported to the thin client. But a release after Sierra will definitely have all the use cases available on thin client. We will have no new, so pretty much the same UI, but will be available on the thin UI. But we made some changes for ease of use, and the look and feel will be different.
Thank you.
There are no further questions at this time.
Raj, we have a couple questions in the Q&A. The first one is from Amit. What is the roadmap on improving and making management module creation dashboards?
Okay, so for that, in Sierra, you will still access them through the workstation, but the release after Sierra, you will have that more easily created. You can create those dashboards more easily starting from the release after Sierra. But in Sierra, we are also working towards getting out-of-the-box home pages, so that should also help you out.
Thanks, Raj. Our next question comes from George. Could you elaborate on the new data power features?
So I'll try to my best to see how much I can do here. The data power, we are doing the transaction tracing. That's number one. And also the metrics of the health metrics of the data power. So you can get like any other extension metrics. You will get the metrics that you can view in the investigator tree, and also you can view them in the dashboards. That's number one. And then number two is doing the transaction tracing for data power. If you are interested, we can also hook you up with Andrew Young. He is the product manager for data power.
Thanks, Raj. The next question comes from our new board member, Manish Parikh. Hi, Manish. He wants to know, is there a roadmap on collecting metrics using RMI over IOP?
Collecting metrics using RMI or IAP. So could you please elaborate on this, Manish? Could you please ask?
Yes, so he'll have to type into the Q&A.
Or press *1 to come off mute. Oh, I see. This is currently not in our roadmap, but we are, one of the things we are doing, one of the enhancements we are adding in this release is to gather metrics using a different mechanism using EP agent, and then make them available on the application map. So you will see the transaction flows for various different elements. That's something we are also targeting for Sierra. But specifically RMI or IAP, I don't know.
Okay, that's all the questioning Q&A. Does anybody have any other questions for Raj while we have him?
And we have a question from the line of Daniel Zelberman.
Yes, that's an internal question from CA. Could you please elaborate a little bit more about new thin client, web-based client? I know that the traditional workstation has a multiple windows, can be configured to dashboards, live error viewer, management module editor, et cetera, they all pop up, right? Obviously, with the browser, we have a different layout, different relationship with data. Is the team targeting to make all this functionality available in the browser-based UI? Those will be some limitations.
Yeah, the intent is to migrate all the 100% use cases to the browser-based UI. We may not be able to complete that effort in Sierra, but we will have, as far as I know, the management dashboards, management module editing, dynamic instrumentation, and few other things are going to remain in the C client, but everything else will be available on C client. So I would really encourage you to come and attend, because Mark Shinney, he has been presenting in each of the sprints. He has been giving incremental updates on how much we have done so far on this UI. That is really interesting. So we have about 60 customers already enrolled, and we have no limit on number of customers we can accept. So highly recommend you to come and join the group. The steps to join the group is very easy. Locate the message group. Private. There is a private community called Sierra Tobago. I'll send you slides after this session. I'll send out slides and instructions to how to register. But you register with the private community and just send me your screen name of CA community forums, and I will add you to the distribution list. The process it doesn't even take 5 minutes. And with that, you will also get software that you can download and then use.
Thank you.
Your next question comes from the line of Anit Shas.
Hi, thank you. Hi, Raj. This is Amit from ID Partners. First of all, thank you very much for all the up-to-dates. I'm very excited and look forward to our new releases. Going back to the question, I think I'm the one who had posted on that Q&A, Raj, that in terms of creating of the dashboards, and I know that our APM has been becoming now day by day like full end-to-end full product of with all the integrated components like, infrastructure aware and network aware APM. And there's a tremendous need, and I usually specialize on creating those APM dashboards for Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, helping our all CA customers to turnkey their APM investment. So I just want to know that if there is any improvement coming up and how soon we can see that even those creation of management modules would be more agile and user-friendly in terms of security and cross-domain functionality-wise.
We realize the importance, and the first step in moving towards that direction is making everything available on Thin Client, right? So once that is available, then the release after Sierra will have the better dashboard creation mechanism available on the Thin Client. That is so you can think of it as a two-phase approach, and phase 1 is coming out in Sierra. Phase 2 will be Sierra +1.
Okay, sounds good. Look forward to it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And there are no further questions at this time.
Well, thank you, Raj. Since we have no other questions, I think that's it. We'll make sure to send everybody a slide with instructions on how to join the validation program.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for this opportunity. I look forward to working with you on the Sierra community. Thank you.
Thanks, Raj. So next up is idea training and overview. So we added a new feature to the communities a couple weeks ago called ideation, and I'll give you a little preview on how that works in a demo. Ideation is the crowdsourcing of product ideas, and we modeled this system after the award-winning Dell Idea Storm. And the way it works is users submit ideas, and the community members can vote them up or down. So this is where you put in enhancement requests and get your fellow community members to vote them up or down with you. You can also comment on the ideas after you've submitted them, and you can comment on other people's ideas. So if somebody has an idea and you want to expand on it, you can use the comments for that. And then what happens is the product management team has committed to going through the ideas once a month and statusing the ones that are the most popular, and I'll show you how that looks. So the way to access ideas is to go to the community And you notice that there's some new navigation with the latest version of MyCA, and on the right underneath the title of the community, there's an ideas link. You link to that. And I need to share my desktop for one moment here, so bear with me. So, JP, can you see my desktop? It should be rendering right now.
Yes.
Okay, so we're in the community, and you just click on ideas right here. And you'll be taken to a system that manages the ideas. You can filter them by recent. You can also filter them by category. We have two categories. We have the IPM, Wily IPM ideas and the new APM Cloud Monitor ideas. We'll be talking about Cloud Monitor in future webcasts. You can also filter them by status. I don't believe any of them have been statused yet because this is a brand new system, but they will be soon. You can also check out the roadmap over here on the right. And the best practice for submitting an idea is searching on it first over here in the search field. Just search and make sure that your idea isn't already something that somebody else has submitted, so that if somebody else has submitted it, that you can just go add your vote to it or your comment on it. So search for them first, make sure no one else has submitted one, just like yours. And if not, then you can post an idea right here, this blue button. And you get a new screen, and you just put your idea title, make sure it has lots of keywords in it, and put the description. You can add a link to a web page. You can also add a picture if you like, or an image, and make sure that you put which category this feature falls into, whether it's a Wily APM or Cloud Monitor. And then you click Submit, and it goes back. It goes to the original list. So there's an alternate way to do this as well. You can go in through the message boards and say that you're having a discussion, and during that discussion, it's revealed that the project is working as designed, but you'd like there to be a feature added, or just a new feature added to the product. And during that discussion, what you can do is you can post an idea right here that says this little light bulb up here on the right, and you click on that, post the idea, and what it does is it captures the conversation that you're having in the message board, and fills in some blanks there for you. You can alter it and then submit it from there. And then the system will automatically show you some similar ideas that in case this isn't a new one. So you can check on those as well. So those two ways that you can submit your ideas, and then you saw how you can vote on them. I think it's up here. Just using the arrows up and down in the system. I'm going to go back. So here's the arrows up and down, and you'll see how the points collect, and here's where you can comment. So one thing that's really important to know is that when you're done submitting your idea, the back button's not going to work. You're going to have to go use this link here back to the communities to get back to the Wily homepage, and that's because you're coming out of another system. So that's the new way to submit your enhancement requests, and we hope that everybody will try it out, check it out, vote. Make sure you go vote so we can get the product managers looking at these and giving them a status. Does anybody have any questions on how ideas works?
To ask a question, please press star 1 on your telephone keypad. And there are no audio questions at this time.
Okay. Well, you can find me at mary.greening@ca.com if you have any questions about ideas or any other webcast information or any other questions about the community. Again, I apologize that we didn't have our original speaker on today, but his topic was very popular, so we're going to look into what we can do in the future based on the topic that he proposed. That wraps up our webcast. The next one is on August 16th, and it'll be again in the morning and the evening, and make sure you check the message boards for updates. Thank you, everybody, for attending.
This concludes today's conference call. You may now disconnect.
Thank you, everybody.